Hi everyone, my name is Gilbert Cesarano and my warrior name is Trishula. I live in Switzerland and I consider myself as a swing trader, or at least just a part-time hobby swing trader. I trade basically anything. It doesn't matter. It depends on the opportunity, and I'm always looking forward to do the analysis and check it from a technical point of view, fundamental point of view, sentiment, market analysis point of view, and understand what is the risk ratio of it. And if it fits my expectations and my conditions, I'm ready to take a bigger bet on those situations. And why I trade? Yeah, good question. It started basically 10 years ago, also in relationship to my current profession, that this kind of, let's say, data analysis or data-driven decision making is very important to me. And from a financial point of view, the whole trading part was related to it or similar. On top of it, I'm also something like a poker player where I see many parallels in the execution and or situation. And based on those experiences and interests, I also did partially those kind of tradings. In the beginning, I also did a lot of day trading, but then realized very soon, even though I had certain winnings, that it consumed a lot of my time. And because of that, I switched to this kind of swing trading, because I'm only interested into situations where which really grabs my attention, and not on permanent lookout for bets, which makes the things a little bit riskier and, or at least on my side, time consuming, which I needed to actually execute for other things like fitness, health, or other hobbies to get a certain emotionally and mental balance as well. But based on that, it was always nice to have an additional income, because the trading part was something I always could do with my mobile phone from everywhere at any time. And that's why it was always, interesting to me. One big lesson I've learned so far, or my biggest breakthrough so far. Okay, one of the biggest lessons I experienced and learned so far was really the positioning, right? That I mainly use the technical analysis to understand where the others are going to position, and also understanding how the crowd is mainly thinking about the situation. And the moment I see, okay, it makes sense, or also from a mathematical point of view, I would probably go a little bit deeper or jump in later. That's then something what I understand about positioning, and not just following the emotions and the sentiment of specific signals, but really analyzing for yourself and decide for yourself when it fits based on your circumstances, bankroll, risk ratio, risk aversion, and emotional condition and or strategy. And because of that, I also learned very early that you have to stick to your strategy, because it's similar to poker. If you suddenly switch back and forth or change certain things, you can't fully understand him anymore why certain things perform in the way they do, and whether it's bad or good, it doesn't matter. It becomes very irritating, and there's a big confusion whether it really works, because in the end you can always have a certain lucky shot, but in the end you want to be a long-term winning trader with a win rate, or specific higher win rate, and then of course you need to track and journal all your results. What I bring to this group, I think I can bring a different perspective to this whole thing. I think there are many nowadays who do this kind of day trading based on what I experience. I'm not really a fan of it. Until you really do it professionally and with a bigger bankroll, at least 100K, I would say, just from a mathematical point of view. Otherwise, it's like a $1 per hour job, and not really sure if it's really worth it. But for those who are really interested into that, I think it really makes sense. And as I said, it has its benefits, but I also bring a different perspective. Based on my results, I could also then understand why switching to the swing trading was better for me, also because of certain non-negotiables I had and time management, and also because of the different data-driven decisions I had to make. And related to that, I also understood that the whole investor part or being is actually more efficient than the daily trading. But understanding how to trade and having also the skills in doing that is definitely beneficial nowadays or in the future, because it also gives you the opportunity to make more money out of specific situations, which from a long-term investment point of view or strategy, it's not really something you can leverage on. And of course, it gives you another possibility to leverage either on your money or on other capital, dependent on your situation. One thing I want to master in the next 3 months within trading. So my main goal is really the bankroll building. So basically switching from this hobby trading and, let's say, just for fun trading, where most of the earnings I, let's say, immediately spend for vacation and or for other nice things privately. But then also really trying to leverage on those skills and building the related bankroll, which gives me the possibility to do bigger bets and bigger earnings. Of course, also bigger losses, but with a specific strategy, the risk ratio or your risk should be always in a calculatable way. So that's something I'm ready to take, of course. I always was, as I said, because I live in Switzerland, I actually usually do bigger trades, because all those earnings are then completely tax-free. For those kind of speculations, I don't have to pay any taxes in Switzerland, which in other countries normally you still have to tax. And that's why if you do the day trading, of course, you should somehow do it as a business from my point of view. Otherwise, it hurts if you then later on have to tax those kind of earnings which you didn't expected or considered. And yes, that's everything so far from my side, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with all of you guys to share experiences and advices and to succeed as a team. Thank you. Bye-bye.